All right, sweet. Here. All right, sweet. Okay, welcome to the YouTube live stream. My name is Sasha Davidson, and for the last couple of months, I would say maybe the last 4 months, I have been in the real estate wholesaling and investing space, mainly on the commercial side, not residential. So a little bit different than what you're traditionally used to on these channels. A lot of people, cold call residential or do bandit signs or things like that to then get a single family distressed home under contract, flip it for 20, 30 grand. Well, what I have found a niche in the market is commercial, more specifically mobile home parks right now. And that's kind of the lane I'm focusing in and focusing on. So what I'm doing is I am cold calling mobile home parks, see if they're interested in selling, get them under contract at a really good price, and then flipping it to an end buyer or investor, and trying to push those fees to the six-figure mark. I have closed three transactions in the last like 45 days, for totaling about $230,000, and I've got another $215,000 in fees under contract that will close in the next 45 days. Um, as well as I had a couple of others. I actually had at one point over seven figures in pending assignment fees. I had a big portfolio that I assigned, but unfortunately didn't go through the inspection process. So again, the reason I want to do this, I guess the reason I want to do this is because I just want to document this process. I'm not saying that I'm the master. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to sell you a course. I just want to document it. If you want to hop on here, watch while I'm making calls live, see if you can learn anything from it. That is kind of the idea behind it. So it's not filtered. I'm not a video editor. I'm literally using my laptop webcam right now, and a USB mic. I'm going to try and make it better throughout. I do have a spotlight, whatever. Like it's not, this is not the purpose of making great content, or sorry, it's not the quality of video. It's just, I'm just trying to put myself out there and document it. And hopefully you guys can be inspired by it or find value in it. And at the end of the day, I mean, I do plan on doing upgrades as we go. It's just, I'm more of a type of person that's just like, hey, let's just jump in and do it. And then we'll figure out, okay, how can we make it better along the way? And that's exactly how I got into the business. I started out by just, hey, like, let's pick up the phone, let's hammer some phones, and then, building it out the way. So you're going to be seeing somebody who is not only just making cold calls, but somebody building a real business in real time. And I think you might be able to find value from that. So that's why I'm doing it. And I hope you guys like, subscribe, share, do what you have to do there. I hope there's true value for you there. So I'm going to go ahead and hop on the phones here, but I wanted to put some kind of introduction of what I'm doing. Now, a couple of housekeeping rules. Again, not the best quality as far as webcam goes, audio. We're going to work on that. So just, deal with it for now. And then moving forward, I'll look at upgrading my equipment. And then, so that's number one. Number two, I do have a family. I do work out of my house. So you might hear kids in the background. You might hear girlfriend in the background. That it is what it is. Um, I work out of my garage in my house. So, very Jeff Bezos startup like, but just it is what it is. Like you're gonna hear shit. And the third thing, if you try and snake my deals, if you try and take my deals, I will figure out. If you are snaking deals, I will block you in any way, shape, or form, because this is not about me providing opportunities for you. It is about me being transparent and growing my business. And so if it affects my revenue in any way by people snaking the deals that I'm calling about because it's live, then I will just stop doing it, because at the end of the day, me building my business is a lot more important than doing this. So, sweet. We're just gonna get right into it. Make sure my mic is good. Now, I'm using a USB mic. I don't know how it's gonna work because I'm calling from my laptop because I have a dialer system, and so I'm gonna be dialing from here. So hopefully they can still hear me okay um, through the mic. Then I can hear them okay because I do have a USB plug-in. So I don't know how that's gonna work. We will have to find that out. So if we do have to make some changes to the audio, we will, because again, the call's more important. All right, now let's see here. And we do have some rain going on outside, so Apparently some bad weather. All right, one second. I want to share this to the Facebook group. Hold on. I want to share this to my Facebook group real quick, and then we'll go get started because I just want to, I do have if mobile home park investing pros. If you are wanting to get in the mobile home park space, or you are looking to find deals, off market opportunities, that's a great group to join. If you're looking at investing into any sort of mobile home parks, we created this group. We have almost 800 members now, and we just got it. We're just literally started this group, but it's essentially deals, information, education. My business partner Derek, he has over 2,000 pads, so he's somebody that buys a lot of the stuff I have, or I partner with him with equity on stuff, and he is a huge value to this. So I think I can share it from here. Live stream. How do I share live stream? Let me go. I think I might have to just go to my actual YouTube. Okay. All right, we are live. Copy link. All right. Goal is to go. And so part of this is I'm going to make a little challenge with myself. Cody Sperber, I watched a reel or a TikTok, and he basically was saying if I had no following, no money or whatever, what I would do is just hop on live every day, make calls, and watch show the progression. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this a challenge. I'm going to try to do it for 90 days straight, not including Sundays or Saturdays, because I do have practices. And I do take those days off just because that's the way I live my life. So Monday through Friday, go. Follow along on the journey. Subscribe. All right, cool. So challenge day one. Let's get it started. Kind of like a fitness challenge, but for cold calling. So let's get it rocking and rolling here. All right, so I'm gonna go with my new leads. Start off here, get things rocking and rolling. And if I get up and leave, it's because I'm going to get coffee or whatever, because I'm a big coffee person. So if I do get up and leave, that's why. Yeah, hi, good morning. Is this by chance the owner of the Arizona Mobile Home Park here in Lakeland? Hello? Oh, okay. think I got hung up. I can't tell if I got hung up. See, I don't know if it's my microphone or what. I should have tested this out before. Yeah, well.
You're the highest quality service. Just call me.
All right, I'm gonna go back and listen to this call real quick because I just want to make sure that my audio actually did go through. Okay, it doesn't look like it did because of USB. So I'm gonna unplug the USB. So I apologize if audio is now gonna go down a little bit in quality on the live stream, mainly because I just want to make sure that I can communicate with these people, obviously. So they were clearly not able to hear me speak with it plugged in, I guess, was the issue. So unless I change the setting here. See, and this is just the stuff that I don't. Okay, try this again. And we are apparently having a pretty bad storm right now. So if the Wi-Fi goes down or something goes wrong, that's why. So just a little heads up. Okay. I should have done this before I hopped on here, but I'm just gonna call myself real quick to make sure this works. I'm going to call myself real quick to make sure this works, and if it doesn't, so whatever. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm going to call my phone, see if it works. Hello? 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 Ooh, that's awful. Hello? 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 All right, cool. It works. Sorry. All right, cool. We're back at it. I just wanted to make sure before. So let's onward and upward. That's the thing. I don't have stuff figured out. I'm just like, Yeah, and there's some more thunder. I'm just somebody that's just I know it's the right thing to do is record this stuff. So
Hello, you've reached Johanna. I can't come to my phone, but please. Hello, you've reached Johanna. I can't come to my phone, but please leave me a message.
Hey, did I call her? She must be on her twice. Okay. All good. All good. Yeah, she's on there twice. Okay. All right. I'm with you. Contact made. So I'm working off a CRM right now, and it's actually a CRM within a dialer within a CRM system, which is nice. So I can keep track of everything I have. Um, if you have questions on the CRMs and stuff that I use, I mean, feel free and reach out. But it's kind of like I'm building a company right now, so I really don't want to be sharing things that are proprietary, the systems and softwares that I use. I mean, maybe I will, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much because you have to do the work, actual work. It doesn't matter what systems or processes you have, but I just know some people get we did send out some mailers, so that does bring in some inbound leads, but I primarily just cold call. So literally just as cold gets, it's looking at an address. It's not even under the distressed um like I'm not calling distress part. It's just straight cold calls if there's interest. Tough crowd this morning. And I do work off two monitors just because I've been cold calling for like 10 years. I mean, primarily when I first started out, I was cold calling for sale by owners in real estate because I became a real estate agent when I was like 19 or 20, like right around that time point frame. And yeah, it was the best way to get deals was to cold call. So don't know really remember who this was. I've been noting my system. It's So I have my commercial software that I pull up over here just to look at the property when I'm calling it. So I have a little bit more information and I can kind of base the call around. And I always pull it up on the satellite as well so I can see what the property kind of looks like as I'm dialing.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Rings out like 3 or 4 times, just not gonna hang up, make my notes and go on to the next because gotta be efficient with it. Move them to the next column over, no contact made.
Owning the customer care service for Centennial Bank and Happy State Bank.
Yep. Definitely not. So when I pull these numbers, it basically just kind of associates any prop numbers that are with the property, but not all of them are always accurate. So that's why sometimes when you call, it's like, oh, hey, it's such and such bank. And it's like, well, no, it's not the right person.
Hello, you have reached the message line for Vicky Monk.
And I usually don't leave voicemails right away because I just don't want them to block my number. I can always change the number on the system, but I'd rather them not like if I leave a voicemail saying, hey, who I am, what I'm trying to do, if I want to buy your park or I want to buy your property or whatever, in my opinion, I think if it goes right to their voicemail, they can listen to it and they're gonna be like, no, I don't want anything to do with that. At least if I have them on the line on the phone, I at least have a chance to ask them some questions regarding their property, or at least ask them some such scenarios that they might not have thought about before. That can be advantageous to make that, have them want to sell. This is a big one. Okay. This is something that we would want to like actually buy. Eat probably. So the one thing when you're looking at investment property, one of the bookmarks that I saved is my FEMA map because I want to make sure that, if you get a hit with the property so for example, this park that we're pulling up now is probably something that we would want to buy. Um, bigger park, Florida. So I always go, check the flood map because I just want to make sure that's not in the flood zone. And it's not. Okay.
Joyce Williams.
Moving, no leave. No. All right, no contact made. Dang, that's the start. Nobody's answering the phone today. It's okay.
Hey, do you reach Ansel Rodriguez? I'm sorry.
Man, I guess nobody wants to answer my calls this morning. Clouds Mobile. Okay.
Voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
See, this is the thing. I think a lot of people, for me at this point, when people don't answer, they get upset with me or they just don't want to talk. They say something back that would potentially offend somebody else when they're dialing. Like it's just at this point, I've done it so many times, it just doesn't phase me too much. So, I mean, going through it, people might be discouraged, like, oh, I'm not getting anybody on the phone. Like, this part of the game. It's part of the game. I might go 3 days without getting anybody on the phone, but then one day I might have everybody I call on the phone. So it's just, something to think about. Like if you're sitting there and you're like, oh man, he hasn't had anybody on the phone yet. Um, yeah, that's part of it. That's why you call. That's a nice deal too. Ooh, I have somebody calling me about a park. to broker, I think. Okay, I'm gonna answer it. Why not? Hello, Spencer.
Hi, is this Spencer?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey there, this is Carlotta Stalker with Stalker Realty.
How
I'm reaching out to you because I have a RV park for sale in East Point, Florida. And my sellers have received a letter from you, kind of showing some interest in that. You and I actually did have an email exchange.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so I just wanted to follow up. I figured phone would be better.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you touching base. Yeah, so we did send out a handful of letters kind of up in the panhandle just because we are actively looking to buy an RV slash mobile home park and or the other up here in the panhandle. We actually just closed on 3 parks up over the Pensacola Pace area last month. And so I did see the property online that you had listed, and I definitely wasn't trying to go around or anything. It was just a general mailer that we sent out to a bunch of property owners. So we weren't trying to go around you or anything on that. I do want to make that clear. But it looks like I was looking at the park. It looks like there's about 20 pads there. It just looks a little bit beat up for the price point. My group, we have 38 parks and about 2,000 pads. This is what we do every day. And for us, I was just kind of looking at the listing you had online, and for the condition that it's in, I just don't see where you're going to get the price that you're looking for. Now, again, I'm just trying to be upfront, and that's why I kind of cooled off on that property a little bit.
Appreciate that. And please understand, as I'm sure you do, that price point was set by my sellers.
I understand. I get now, are they, if we were to submit an offer on where we felt we were comfortable at, is it something where they would at least look at it and consider? Or I guess, how are your sellers, what's your seller's temperament right now, I guess? Why are they wanting to sell?
Well, I will explain it this way. There's 5 of them. They're siblings.
Oh, that's fun.
So, yeah, that's a challenge right there. And everybody's kind of on a different page. You've got somebody who's very realistic and wants to sell it right now, and then the opposite of that, somebody who thinks it's $1 million plus. So, so I said, well, let's list it and see. I will tell you that before it actually hit the market, I was working with a gentleman who has been in the business before, who is local, who we did put in an offer for him and they didn't take it. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was, well under their list price. But, I think I would be glad to submit any offer, to them that you would want to provide and, see if we could make something happen.
Right. No, I understand. Okay. So, yeah, it sounds like you're dealing with a lot right now, having to deal with 5 personalities that are all moving in separate directions. So, let me ask you this. Even if we were to hit, I can't remember where it was listed. I think it was like 960 maybe.
No, it's 980.
980. Okay. So let's say I even wrote you an offer at 980. Would they even sell it? Because that's the issue that with 5 people making decisions and they're all wanting different numbers or have different thought processes. Obviously you have a listing agreement, so you would get your commission because usually in listing agreements it says if I bring you an offer that you agree, that we with the list price and I get paid regardless. Whether if they decide not to sell, right? So, but I'm just curious, like, would they even sell if an offer did come in at that price?
I do believe that.
Okay. And that's the only reason I ask is just because when I just don't want to, go down the rabbit hole of looking, asking for documents, signing NDAs, doing all of that when there's not really a potential opportunity there. So I guess that's the only reason I ask. But okay, that sounds good. Well, I do appreciate the follow-up call. I'm not saying I'm not interested. I'm just not interested at 960. And so we'd have to figure out, I'd have to look at a rent roll. I'd have to look at some of the some of the documentation that, either supports or doesn't support that price from a NOI perspective and see what kind of what cap rate are you listing it at? I guess I didn't see that.
Yeah, so let me explain about all of that.
Okay.
It's family owned It's small, it's very formally operated, very informal.
Yeah.
So while I did request an NDA, what I do have to release is minimal.
Minimal.
Just be right up front with
I
it.
understand.
Yeah. So, but here's what I do believe to be true. The location, I don't think it's great right now. Obviously it looks like crap right now, but I do think that the location and the potential is certainly there.
Yeah.
Why do you think that? It is smack in the middle of Apalachicola and St. George Island. I mean, smack in the middle. And it's very close to the water. There's a little coffee shop right on the corner. While I'm sure area residents would hate for me to tell you this, and I'm one of them, so I kind of get it. Improvement is coming. Stuff is happening. And I do think that it's got great potential, if somebody were to come in and revamp it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the folks that are in there are not on any kind of lease agreement. It's sort of a month-to-month thing.
That's pretty typical. Yeah, we're used to that. I mean, we're used to dealing with mom and pop sellers who don't have finance. The only thing with that is, and I don't know how much experience you have with the mobile home RV park space, but the only issue that we run into with that is financing. Let's say we wanted to pay your 960. If they don't have financials, we can't go to a bank and get a loan. They have to look at 3 years, sometimes 2 to 3 years of financials to even get a loan on a park, right? And so that again comes, okay, well, we could pay cash for it. That's fine. But then there's got to be some sort of incentive for us to pull out 3 times the amount of capital, right, or cash to buy the park, when we could on a regular park where that does have financials, we could buy 3 parks with that. Does that make sense? And so that's the only concern I would have. So let me ask you this question: if they own it outright, would they entertain seller financing at all? And I'm going to assume they wouldn't, because they have 5 people in charge. But
Yes, my question to that is, what would that look like as far as what would the terms be, the number of years, especially?
Yeah, I mean, it would be short. We would probably have like we'd probably look at it from a bank standpoint of like the amortization would probably be 30 years, like a typical bank. However, we'd probably do like a 5-year balloon. So it'd be a short balloon period. And the reason we would do that is obviously we would need the time to get it rocking and rolling. And then we could then provide financials, the history of financials to the bank for then a refi, if that makes sense. But a bank is not gonna, like I mentioned, a bank will not even entertain a loan right now, especially under $1 million on a park that needs value add, as well as a park that doesn't have a historic financials. And I get it. We deal with this all the time with mom and pop. We love buying mom and pop parks because sometimes it's easier for us. But the only issue is just, again, the lack of financials, and the banks aren't really willing to work with us. And so then we have to get creative, either with the seller financing or cash, which we do have the liquidity to pay cash. But the problem with that is I don't think, I would rather buy 3 parks than 1 with the cash that we have. So that's just kind of the way I look at it from our running our business standpoint. And I hope that makes sense to you, if it does or not.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, with the seller financing terms, we're not like people that are, wanting 0% down and all, like we're legitimate people. Like we'll put, $250,000 down, or what, we'd put a significant amount down, right? It's not like we don't have the capital. And we'd probably do a 30-year AM, maybe a 5% rate, try to do a little bit better than what the banks are offering. Not because, again, we can't get a bank loan, because of credit, it's based on lack of financials. So we would hope to get a better rate than the banks. So maybe 5.5%, and then $250,000 down, and then maybe like a 5-year term, or a 30-year AM 5-year balloon, where we pay your sellers off within 5 years. And sometimes it's sooner than that, but that would kind of be that baseline. Now again, we would have to come up with an accurate purchase price. I agree with you. I'm actually from Bay County. That's why I have an 850 number. I love that area over there. I think on the water is great. It's just a tough sell right now, with just the condition of the park. And then also, looking at the condition of the park, I don't know what the infrastructure looks like, the water, if it's city water, sewer, or is it septic and
It's not city, but it is, it's similar to, there's a water, I forget what it's called, some kind of water authority that's local to East Point.
Gotcha.
So it's similar to city.
Okay, I got you. Okay. So they're not, but they're not, yeah, there's no well or and then is there septics?
There is public sewer
Oh, good.
and, yeah, and the water and electric, which are all connected, and the water is not from a well.
Okay, and is everything individually metered? Meaning, does each site have a reader? Or?
Yeah, I think there are like 20 of them.
Mhm. Yeah, so I mean, again, the reason we're asking, we are, we would be interested, right? And these are the things that, because when we buy a park, if we buy something and we go into it, right? And let's say it's not individually metered, or let's say there's septic issues, right? If it was septic, we go into a park, we have a septic issue that wasn't disclosed, or they don't know about it because their mom and pop, they don't have the records or whatever, which is fine. But then we have a septic issue. Now we go to replace the septic. Well, the city does not love RV parks. They don't like RV or mobile home parks. So they're going to come in there and say, well, now you got to tap into the city sewer water. And then next, it's $500,000 later. Like this is literally happening to us right now in one of our parks in Tampa. And it's like, it's actually closer to $1 million to tap in. And so, that, again, it's some underlying issues with sometimes with mom and pops is just not saying they aren't transparent. It's just that they, are coming, they come across, they just don't remember, or, they might've slapped a Band-Aid on it or whatever. It's not, what I mean? It wasn't a big deal for them. Right.
Right.
Because they don't plan on tapping in or replacing it or whatever. So that's why I'm asking.
Looking at my notes, they had told me there were 17 of the 20 hooked up,
Okay.
3 empty. And
And that's all RV, or are there some mobile homes in there?
I think there are a couple of mobiles.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they don't have any issues from the city as far as it being an RV park, because I know sometimes they'll say, oh, only so many spaces are allocated towards RV, especially when they're longer term rentals. So there hasn't been any issues from the city saying, hey, you can't have RVs here.
Right, to my knowledge.
Okay.
So here's what he told me. They were paying for 25. There's 20 water meters.
Okay, that's good.
3 sewer pumps.
Okay.
They could put 4 on 1 meter. And I'll be honest with you, some of this stuff makes no sense to me, but
No, I understand. It's a different language for sure. Sometimes when I got into the space, I was like, oh my gosh, I just need to understand all this. No, I understand that. That's good. Okay. So what are they roughly on average? What are they collecting in month of rent? Do you have an idea of what they're getting per space?
I do. They are super cheap, and they are $200 a month.
Oh wow.
I know, super cheap. It's, I will say this. So that's why I was saying before, I think the area residents would probably not like me too much for saying what I'm saying. I don't live in that town, but East Point itself is a pretty poor town.
Okay.
And so the people historically have been in the seafood business. The oyster business has been hit hard in the recent years, and they haven't been producing, and it's going through some they're farming some, but it's the wild caught. They can't do anything with them for a couple more years. Anyway, all of this to say, the people don't have a lot of money, so I think they're kind of like, I'm sure that they're probably their friends. It's probably
that's what it usually is.
And family members aren't paying a thing. And I think they maybe feel like, because they're decades long family in the area, and in the seafood business, so they probably feel like they're doing a service.
Yeah.
People. So that's the truth, and that's what it is currently.
Okay.
All of that said, I think there's potential for much more.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it's like you said. I mean, I know the area. I'm sure there is potential. The only issue is, how do you justify paying a premium price when the income doesn't support it. And so again, that's for a bank. Again, it comes back to the banking and financing and all of that. When they're collecting, some are collecting 200, some aren't because they're friends. Let's say that everybody was paying $200 a month at 20 pads. That's 4,000 a month. That's 48,000. Usually parks run at about a 40% expense. So you're at 28,000, that just doesn't work that just doesn't work, right? That's just not a great return on capital. So that's where, the max I would pay is 500,000. The max. I mean, and I'm not trying to be rude. Again, I'm just trying to tell you, based on what we're doing. And so, if you want to float that out to them, great, feel free. But I couldn't justify, and that even might be too much, but I couldn't justify paying anything more than that.
And they have something that it was in the previous offer was higher than that. I know it was.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, some people might buy it because they, live locally or whatever, but we buy things in return on investment, and we would have to do a lot to increase rent. We'd have to triple the rents to justify the price now, and it would still be under that. So, that's kind of where we're at now. If there is a number where they're like come together eventually and they say, hey, we'll come down. I'm open to hearing it. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying that's kind of where I'm at, just based on the rough rent numbers that you've provided. What's my view of the park and condition, so that's all. That's kind of where I'm at now. If they say, hey, we'd be open to this number, feel free and give me a call or email or whatever, and I'm more than happy to hear them out or hear you out and go from there.
Previously, before it actually hit the market, they were in the 7 to 750 range.
Yeah. And I think and I think 7 is not too unrealistic. It would be something where I would have to look at it and say I need probably some decent terms for that in order to pay it, just because again I have to cover the mortgage, right? You have to cover that. You have to cover that mortgage, and at 700, again, yeah, we could pay cash for that, but I could get more money out of a CD than I could, if I just put the money in a CD for 10 months, right? So it would really have to be advantageous for me to pay cash. So I'd probably want bigger discount to pay cash. But if they were to sell or carry, I could see myself maybe doing 700 if the terms made sense for everybody. Again, a short balloon period, so they would get paid off quickly, but I would need some time to no more than 5 years, but to get the rent roll in place to then go to a bank and refinance, and hopefully I could get, at least a little bit back so I could pay them off and improve the park. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I would be open to 700 if they're willing to sell or finance, and we could do like $250,000 down. We could do a 5-year balloon. We do a 30-year AM, so that would be $450,000 note, let's say at 5% interest. So they'd really be getting 6.25 back. So that'd be, they would be making more. They would be making the exact same amount they're making now. I would be breaking even 28,000 a year.
If I mean, I love the idea. If you would want to write something up that would, that I can share with them to, explain all this, especially to explain to them that you will be getting X amount. At the end of the day,
yep. They'll actually be getting more because they're going to be collecting interest, and usually on a loan, and I'm sure this because you're in the industry, the first 7 to 8 years is interest only, pretty much all interest anyway. So they're going to actually be getting closer to 800,000 by the time it's all said and done in 5 years, because the interest is front load bearing, right? So yeah, I can write something up and send it over like in a letter of intent to you, and then you can just and I'll explain as well in the email why, so you can explain to them why we're coming in where we're coming in at and the terms that we're coming in at, so they can understand. And then when I think when they see that they're going to be making the exact same amount without having to operate the park that they are now, you know what I'm saying, that they will be just collecting my mortgage, I think they'll be very happy with that.
and you paying the taxes and all of that.
Yep. We literally take ownership of the property. And yeah, exactly. And we pay all the property taxes. We deal with all the tenants, we deal with everything. It's our park at that point, right? We just pay them monthly, and then after the 5 years, we pay the remaining balance. Which again would probably still be the 450,000 plus they'd be collecting all that interest because it's front loaded with the interest anyway. So yeah, I mean, that was probably where we'd come in at, and we would give them and the reason we'd give them the $250,000 is because, one, we have the money to do that, and two, it shows them that we have skin in the game. That, I mean, we're serious people.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So my two negative thoughts that they may have are this. One is, some of them are getting up there in age, and so even 5 years might sound, you know, not the best. But at the same time, I will say this: they tried to sell this property before I ever came on came around, and they had a sign up there, for sale by owner for God knows how long. Now, if they can put that in their heads, and it's like, well, we lost all that time, what's the idea?
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah. I mean, if you realistically think about what's going on with the economy, and if I'll just say this. I don't mean to, come off this way, but there's a lack of capital in the marketplace right now, just based on the economy. And so, you have somebody here that has 38 parks, 2,000 pads. We know we know what we're doing. We know how to operate these things, and we have cash. And I can show you a proof of funds with the LOI that shows, the money in my account to be able to do something like this. So, and the reason I say that is,
The other thing that I think they might have a question about, so if you could address this, too, would be, anytime anyone does seller financing, which by the way, I think is a win-win, and I always tell people that, and
Yep.
it's always been good every time I've had any dealings with that. But, the seller always worries that, what if they change their mind or what have you. So,
yeah.
kind of assurances about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, here's the deal. Every time I tell somebody about the seller financing, and I literally just talked to a seller the other day, I'm doing the same thing. Again, kind of a similar situation. And I told them, I said, here's the deal. What are you going to do? Let's say the worst let's say for some reason I decided, one, I would probably just sell the park. But let's just say for some reason they foreclose on me. I missed two payments. I missed two mortgage payments. I ran all the tenants out, whatever. Let's just say for some reason that happened and they get the park. They would then get the asset back.
Right.
So they get to keep my $250,000. It's like a bank, right? They get to keep my $250,000. I don't get that back. They get to keep that. And then what do you think they would do day one, as soon first day they got it back? They would call
$600 people.
they would maybe, or they would just call you back and say, hey, list this, put it on the market, because it's still worth $600,000-700,000, because what they have here is equivalent to nothing. Let's be real. They have a few people paying $200 a month. It's the same thing. So yeah, they would call their buddies and say, hey, that asshole's gone. Like, come back. Excuse my language, but the reality is they're going to have $250,000 in their pocket. They're going to then they're going to call you the next day, have you relist it for 800 whatever $1,000, and they're going to sell it. And let's say this time they just decide not to seller finance because they got the property back. But if they were smart, what they would do is do the same thing again and then get another $250,000 down and put it back in the market. How do you think banks are so wealthy? This is literally how they do it. They loan on assets, they take them back for pennies on the dollar, and then they put them back on the market, do the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah, and I will work hard to sell it to them.
Sure.
All we could do, both of us, is try.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'll do is, I think I have your email. I think, yeah, you said you sent me an email. So I will follow up with a little proposal letter of intent showing you the terms, and then I'll write a little description on why, and you can just share that. And I don't if it takes a couple of days or a week or so, whatever. And then maybe in the meantime I might drive on over and just kind of drive by it just to verify it and look at it. So
yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you taking the time, and I'll shoot that over this afternoon to you. That way you can let me know you received it, and we'll go from there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, take care. Bye-bye. Well, that wasn't an outbound cold call, but it was a negotiation, and I hope you learned a lot from that negotiation. Um, yeah. So yeah, when you're that's a park. We'd probably flip. Yeah, we'd probably flip that. Maybe we'd buy it. I don't know. But if we do flip it, you got to beat them up on price, and you can't be afraid to beat them up on price. And the reason you can't be afraid to beat them up on price is because if you don't get a great price, no one's going to buy it from you. So, I just laid into her, and I've looked at it before, but really, like, I mean, I just had to lay into her. I mean, she was a broker, and I usually don't deal with brokers either. So, but it was something to do. So, hopefully, that was entertaining and educating for you as well. Oh man. Let's see. Okay, back to cold calling. Have I called them yet? Okay, done.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 8134.
Okay, there's some of the thunder in the background. Crazy. Don't do this. Sometimes when I have too many things operating, my system slows down a little bit, which is unfortunate, but it'll be 35 a pad. That's a good price.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're
I don't know how people do this long, like live streams and all this without having to use the restroom. Because I'm dying over here. I might have to take a hour restroom break. I think we're at the hour mark. Let me look. Make sure my camera angle is looking good. Oh no. All right. Let me get this forward here. All right. So, we took about 30 minutes there on that broker call. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break here. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I don't really, let's see. I could. All right. What we're going to do is, all right, we are going to take a little break. I'll be right back. How do you like that promotion? All right, welcome back. Let's see here. We're back. I have a, let me see. Let me just check a few things real quick. We'll get back on the phones. So we are 1 hour in. I think we're an hour in. Not quite an hour in. Sorry, I had a drink. Drink so much coffee. So I'll be right back. Let me commenting in the Facebook group, dude. That call with the broker, that was gold, dude. If you didn't learn something from that, like I don't know how else I can help you and be more transparent. Like I just hammered that home. Hashtag negotiator. All right. Let's see what else we got going. I'm gonna check my live stream real quick, make sure all's good, and then we'll get back on the phones. So if you're not a part of it, or if you're watching this and you want to be a part of it, Mobile Home Park Investing Pro, Home Park Investing Pros is our Facebook group.
When you build your online store with GoDaddy.
Sorry, GoDaddy's not a sponsor. All right, now I just want to post here real quick on Instagram, make sure everybody's good there. All right. Sorry, Father, I have things going on. All right. Back to it. Okay. All right. Let's stop the screen share. We'll go back to it. All right. Sweet. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for letting me take a break. Let's get back on the phones. Hope you like that. A little bit of Kanye. Dude, I've been trying to get this deal for a while. Nope. Like I said before, a little housekeeping. I do have a 1-year-old baby, and he's inside the house. So if you hear him crying, screaming, talking, that's what that is. So just kind of deal with it. All right, back to it. I wonder if this video will get taken down because I played Kanye West in it. All this work to get taken down. All right. Okay. Boom. Next.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying.
Hello.
Yeah, hi there. Is this by chance the owner of the Patriot mobile home parking in Clearwater?
I sold it.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I must have the wrong information. I appreciate you taking the time anyways. Yeah, have a good day. Damn, that's a bummer. Ooh, you can hear that rain coming down now. I should have see. I made a mistake there. I should have asked him if he had other parks. Like, hey, do you own anything else that you want to sell? Stupid. That was dumb. Always ask if they have other properties because they usually do. I mean, not people don't usually just stop at one.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
Why do people not have voicemail set up? I get well, timeout. I guess I don't know if I have mine set up. Oops. Dang. You should probably hear that. Rain's coming down good. Hope it doesn't affect my connection. A little soothing for you. My backdrop is just not wide enough. It's annoying. Probably just hang it the other way. Actually, would make more sense. Yeah, that would make a lot more sense. I will change that in the next video. Dad fuel.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Oh, come on. That's a good one too. I want to get in touch with that person. Yeah, so basically they have different, buckets, right? So if they're brand new, they're a new bucket. If I haven't made contact, they go into this bucket. If I have made contact, they go into this bucket with an actual follow-up date. If I and then progress along to putting an LOI out, contract, things like that. So um, you know, also how about the Super Bowl? I really wanted the 49ers to win. I just cannot stand Travis Kelce. I mean, and I know a lot of people are saying that right now, but I've never really been able, I never really liked him anyways. I was more of a George Kittle guy because he went to Iowa. Well, like just what he did to Andy Reid last night, I just didn't think that's just not cool.
Hello?
Yeah, hi there. Is this by chance the owner of Sandy's Mobile Home Park here off Skeely Road?
I'm sorry?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this by chance the owner of Sandy's Mobile Home Park here on Skeely Road? Oh, I'm sorry about that. I apologize. Have a good day. Oh, are you sure? Dang. Let's see here. Uh, search out.
Oh, please leave a message after the tone.
All right. One of these dot numbers wasn't in my system that I see on my software, so I'm going to call them off my cell phone. Uh, so we'll do that. Subscriber you have dialed. No wonder it's not. No wonder it's not on the dialer because it's not in service. Makes sense. Wonder if they changed the name. That might have been the owner, but I just might have not had the right name of the park. Because when I Googled it, it showed the name of the park, but no contact made. Moving on to the next. There we go. Oh, nope. Let's go. Yes, let's know where that is. No, it looks like it's for sale. I think this was listed for sale at one point. I wonder if it's still for sale. Oh, wow. The only thing I just don't like about this is the
Sorry, Mr. Call, please go ahead.
man, not a lot of luck today other than that broker. Might be a deal there though, honestly. Just depending on the oh my goodness gracious. She ah, internet's slowing down. The one thing that's kind of frustrating. Yeah, okay. Just I don't know why my software just it's slow sometimes. Need to get an upgrade. I've had this laptop for like 10 years, so maybe 8 years. Look, and if you are an investor, you're looking at buying a park this year, you can go to our Facebook Mobile Home Park Investing Pros, go to the Facebook group and join us. That's where I post all of my deals. I actually kind of have like a VIP list that I shoot my deals out first. So if you want to join the VIP list, you can just text me at 850-319-2300 or shoot me an email at spencer@x-acq.com. Spencer at x-acq.com. Shoot me an email with your criteria, what you've done in the past, like how many parks you own, or if you don't own any parks, like what other real estate do you own? Are you a serious buyer? Do you have proof of funds? Because I will ask for those things, primarily just because I don't want to waste my time sending out a deal that's not going to get purchased, right? So, um, if you're looking to get in the space, definitely let me know, and we'll find you a deal.
Forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not.
My son in the background is yelling.
Again, press any key to continue.
Man, it's not a day. No one's answering. It's all right. We got that one deal. We got that, or that broker sent. I mean, Dude, a deal a day. If you can send out a letter of intent per day, you're probably going to do pretty well because you'll probably can, and then you track how many you're going to convert on that. It's but we're dwindling down on the yeah, you can send one letter of intent a day. It's kind of the goal. Like shoot an offer out a day, especially in commercial. I mean, if you're doing those numbers and your average, I think our average assignment fee is like $87,000, like almost 90 grand. So that's you get a deal a week. That's $3-4 million a year, and that's kind of where I'd like to see ourselves get to. We have a lot of work to do, get to that point, but talk to this guy. Talk to this guy previous. It might be. Yeah, I don't know if can't remember what this guy's deal was. Oh shit. I think I just exited out of myself. Are you kidding me? Excuse me. Right. Just exit out of my CRM. All good. Let's see how many calls we've made today so far. I don't think it's been that many, but 30. Yeah. Yeah, step it up a little bit. Gotta pick up the pace. Well, I guess I had a 24-minute broker call. So that's never kind of throws things off a little bit. Get that out, get that out, get that out. All right. Open that out. And like for me, I'm not really a big yeah, I turn and burn when they don't answer, but I like to make sure my calls are quality because I want to make sure that I mean every opportunity is potentially $100,000. Like I want to make sure that I'm taking the time, I'm getting the information I need, putting the right notes in my CRM so I can select the right follow-ups in order to in order just to make do the right thing. I mean, get the right, information, get to do the deal, whatever. Okay, this guy looks like he's a yeah. Yeah, like for example, like right now, I mean, looking up, I just want to make sure this property's not in a flood zone because this would be a property that we would buy instead of flip. So I just want to make sure that if it is in the flood zone, then I know that if it is, I probably won't dial it. Is that not in a flood zone? My question. So do water running through the product. See, like half the deals in Florida seem to be in a flood zone, so which makes sense. I mean, like I don't understand how that's not a flood zone. All right, well, I'll call him. Oh, that's definitely no. That's definitely the whole park's in a flood zone. Like, am I missing something? Like when we were buying, like, okay, if you're watching this and you're a park investor and you are you just not looking to see if it's in a flood zone? You just not care? Like that really would bother me. Um, I, I don't know. Like we don't buy stuff in part flood. Like I don't know. It's just weird. And he paid 70 a pad back in 2019 for it, so he's probably gonna want 140 a pad now. Well, I got a number from this. Yeah, it was listed in 2018, it looks like. It looks pretty rough.
Hello.
Yeah, hi there. Is this by chance the owner of the mobile home park here on a rural road in Melbourne? I think it's,
I'm sorry, I can barely hear you.
oh, sorry about that. Is that better?
Slightly.
Slightly. Oh, sorry about that. I was just touching base to see, are you by chance the owner of the Aurora Pines mobile home park here in Melbourne?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. My name's Spencer. My group, we own a handful of parks in the Tampa and Orlando markets. And we actually do have one.
Yeah, we would not be interested in the numerous calls on a regular basis about that part.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, it's a great location, great park. So there's no circumstance or price point where you would consider an
Yeah.
offer. Okay, no, I understand. Appreciate your time. Thanks. Bye. You're working right now. Well, I could make it so you don't have to work if I just gave you some money and then you would retire because that's how much money I'd offer you. But I'll follow up. Does not want to sell. That is okay. So said gets numerous calls, a number of calls for that. So I'm gonna move that to contact made. And I'm gonna add a task. Follow up. Call. A month and see if anything. That's just, I mean, and honestly, this is more realistic. You have to build your pipeline out. And so, who knows, maybe in a month, she's gonna be like, you know what? I am ready to sell. Or, tax hits and she's got a big tax bill and she's not prepared for that. Or let's say a family member passes away. I mean, I'm not hoping for that, but unfortunately that happens and things happen in life where then their situations change. So if you just like, if I would just leave that alone and be like, oh, she doesn't want to sell, she'll never ever sell, that'd be a huge mistake. You want to make sure you follow up consistently, every 30 days. At least that's what I'm going to try and do and see if that, you never know. Maybe she sells someday. When she does sell, I want to be ready, ready to go. At least I have the right number, the right contact, the right person. And yeah, we'll go ahead and give them a call. So that's kind of how I go about my business there. What in the hell? I don't like when I see it. Like, so I don't like when CRM does that. Sideline run Bonif. I actually have a park under contract right now in that area. Nope, not that one. I want to get the
Mr. Brand, just leave me a message.
Hopefully my mic's better now. Hopefully you could turn it up a little bit. That's the number we need right there. Right. That's the number right there. Right there. Okay. Yep. Can have that. Man, rough day. Can't even get anybody to pick up the phone. I guess we had one person that told me no. That's part of the game. Not what I'm looking for. There we go. Not a part of the game, but the game we're playing. Let's see here. Yeah, hi, good morning. Are you by chance the owner of the mobile home park here on Old US Highway 441 in Mount Dora?
Why are you calling?
Oh, hello. I was just touching base. Are you by chance the owner of the mobile home park here off Highway 441 in Mount Dora?
Oh, you got the wrong number.
Oh, sorry about that. I apologize. Have a good day. Ah, the life of a cold caller. Wrong numbers for days. All good.
Please leave your message for 90433.
Oh, come on.
This is Jane.
Yeah, hi Jade. I was actually looking for the property owner of the mobile home park here on 441 in Mount Dora. Do I have the right number
No, this is a doctor's
or?
office.
Sorry about that. I do not need a checkup. Well, I probably do, but I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye. I mean, how does that happen? How do I end up calling a doctor's office? Like, that's so annoying. But I'll just delete it out of the CRM. It's whatever. It's part of the game we're playing.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system 352.
So I just got a new notification that I missed the last call. Oh my goodness gracious.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, good morning. I'm not sure if I have the right number now, but I was actually looking for the owner of the mobile home park here on Highway 441 in Mount Dora. Hello? Hello? Oh, that's the wrong number. Or they just hung up on me because they wanted to. Part of the game, though. It's fun. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun watching me. Yeah, dude, it's like it's part of it, man. Like some days you're gonna get 10 in a row and you're gonna call them all and they're gonna be like, yes, I want to sell, and I'll sell it to you at a 12 cap, and you're like, yes, this is the best day ever. And some days it's like, dude, fuck off. So and again, I'm still learning, right? So there's probably things I'm not doing correctly here. But that's why I want to share with y'all, so you can see my progression over the next 90 days to see if like, hey, this, if I do this, like I want this to be inspiring for you if you're just getting started. If you do this every single day for 90 days, what can happen? And we'll be transparent with the whole process of like, okay, here we're starting today, and then how we can build out, like what happens when we build that out, right? So like, let's say I make $1 million in 90 days, like that'd be sick. Or let's say I don't make any money in 90 days. Like, okay, like lesson learned. How can we learn from what I'm doing and putting myself out there, and you can apply it to your business? Because I am building a business here as well. I have two other partners that are, one works on back end operations, and then the other is kind of more like the investment side. And then and and kind of handles that side, I guess. And then I've got salespeople calling right now for me as well. So, we're just trying to like piece together, okay, what, the right amount of energy on or how the right amount of activities on the acquisition side. Then also like how can we draw up more buyers and things like that. So, you know, let's see, you just look at a property and you're like, that could be a good one. Maybe. Small deal, but
You have reached 752-7367. Please leave a message.
Um, mhm. Man, I can see the rain going.
Thanks, Brent, leave a message, we'll get back to you, sir.
All right. Well, it's the right number anyways, because that's the owner of the park, so. Giant house. Not a mobile home. Oh, man. Hey, the Super Bowl kept me up late last night. All right, here's a part that we would buy. So first thing I'm gonna do is check the flood zone, just based on size. So pretty much anything 50 pads and over we look at. So I just want to make sure, we got to make sure if it's in that situation. It's definitely gonna be in a flood zone, like literally on a creek or a river. Well,
Forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying.
man, rough today. Man, tough. Give me somebody.
These are called other streets. So leading a lot of it is in manufactured housing and our default commercial sales.
Yeah, another phone number that was left off the. Might just be a bad number. Maybe my software is smarter than me and leaves out numbers that aren't active, but
Thank you for calling Capital Management Services.
hmm. All right, on to the next one. I want to make sure this is it.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person.
Hi, you've reached John Leo. Please leave a message. Thank you.
Dang, man. It's getting crushed right now. Like just nothing. Nothing. All right. That's I like that one though. That's a good opportunity. I'm gonna see if there's another number here that I'm missing on the property software I use. Let's see, what did I call here? Yeah, on that one. On that one. On that one. Call that one. Call that one. I'm gonna call everyone there is. All right. Well, I like that deal. That deal we would buy for sure if I can get in touch with them. I think we would buy. I don't want to assume, but feel pretty good about it.
Reach out to David Future. Back at 407-970-7863. Anthony, and I'm calling you about your mobile number.
All right, back to it. Sorry, I had a
Hello, please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Spencer.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available.
It's a rough day, folks. Not a lot of people on the phone. You know, it is what it is. Probably go to for another hour and then we'll regroup. Let's see what we've done. We're on now at 10 o'clock. We've been dialing for almost 2 hours. We've made minus that broker call. It's really the only person I've talked to today, which is kind of sad. We're at 54 dials in. Man, it's just, that's part of the game though, like I keep saying, you're always going to be there's gonna be days where you're gonna have this. You're just not gonna have anybody pick up the phone. It's annoying, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Nothing. All right. Next. Yeah, hi there. Are you by chance the owner of the Port Canaveral trailer park here in Cape Canaveral?
No, this is not Park, and I'm a friend of Park.
Oh, sorry about that. I apologize. I must have the wrong number there. Yep, have a good day. Bye. A lot of wrong numbers today, too. I mean, makes sense. When you have 3 or 4 numbers per property, you want to, not all going to be right. So it's just those that answer. Let's see. The worst is when you call them right back and it's the same number. Let's see. So no, that was bad. So I'm gonna delete that one, delete number, and delete number. Okay, those were 2 bad numbers. Cool. All good. Move it to no contact. Onward and upward. Oh, second head down. Maybe I should have music playing in the background just for some more entertainment. Maybe some like, I don't know. Excuse me. Oh, she recently bought it.
Please leave your message for 4073.
Rough day. Rough day for a dialer. All good. I hope my picture is okay. Like on my I know it's not the best, but I mean hopefully it's fine. Good enough for now until I figure out what I want to do next. Did I not have any more numbers in there? It have more numbers on there. Why didn't I call those numbers? Go back to that old one. Yeah, see, like I have more numbers on here, but there's a reason why they're not on there, but that's probably why. But I'm gonna call them just to see.
Please leave your message for 9.
Okay. I got 3 other numbers, but they didn't transfer from my real estate software to my CRM, so I'm just confused. So I see them on here on the software, so I'm calling them. See if they're any good. Well, yeah, hi there. Are you by chance the owner? I think it's the Oakwood Mobile Home Park here on New Tampa Highway in Lakeland.
No, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I have the wrong number. Come on. Okay, sick. All right, whatever. Moving on. All good, all good.
Hello.
Yeah, hi there. Is this by chance the owner of the mobile home park here on Cardinal Street in Fort Walton Beach?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I have the wrong number.
Okay.
Man, I haven't had so many people just have the wrong number. Yeah. Of course, the day I go live, everybody has the wrong number. All good.
Thank you for calling Jump On while it's for you the first morning. Leave your name and that.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
It's not my day, boys and girls, if you're watching. Dang, rough. Um, oh, they own this. They own this one too. Guy owns has a little empire here in Fort Walton. All right, let's see how many dials we've made. All right, let's see. 1 second. Today, all right, we've made 60 dials. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break, come back, try to get to 100 before lunch, and then yeah. So why don't we go ahead and yeah, we're gonna take a little intermission here. We gotta fill up more coffee. Mm. All right, let's share my screen here. All right, we will be right back. Play some music. We'll play some music for you while you wait. Let's see if they allow me to. They might take the video down. Ads.
watch the breakdown.
When you build your online store with GoDaddy, it's easy to sell everywhere your customers shop. Lift and sync products on your website with online marketplaces to create multiple listings at the same time.
Oh, come on. Ugh. Love how we're playing ads. Whoever that ad was, I have YouTube. I don't have the ad-free version. So I'm just playing music on my phone just so you guys can be entertained while I'm getting coffee, doing a refill, hugging my baby real quick. I was playing that ad, so there you go. More ads for them. Great song. All right. What's going on? Welcome back. We're going to stop sharing my screen here. Actually, I'm going to check one thing real quick. Yeah, we're going to quit sharing. We're going to go back over the corner here. Cool. All right. Let me just, I wish you anybody's watching on Facebook. I don't really care regardless. Like, if you guys watch, great. If you find value in it, great. If not, whatever. It is what it is. Like, I just don't, I don't know. I guess like I'm at a point now where it doesn't matter. Like, if I get 10 views, cool. If I get 1,000 views, cool. Like, I don't make my money this way. I make money actually as you see me doing what I do. So, it is what it is. Whatever. So I'm not really concerned. I just wanted to inspire people if they're eventually going to if they want to get to a place where, or if you want to start calling, or you want to start building an assignment business, or you just want to start making some money, you're like, hey, let's say you're a school teacher, right? In the summer, you're sitting there and you're like, how can I make an extra 50 grand this summer? Like, how much could that change your life if you decided to say, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to start wholesaling, right? It's really not too difficult. A teacher could do this. Somebody part-time could do this. You don't need to be full-time. Like, let's just say you do 2 call sessions a week, Saturdays and Sundays, or let's say you call at night when you're done teaching. You could make more money, and you'll see that. It doesn't mean you have to quit your teacher job, but you could make more money doing that in like a couple months than you could teaching. And like I've made $230,000 in assignment fees. We've done $230,000 in assignment fees in the last 45 days. So, and we have another 215. So we have 400 and some $1,000 that we brought in the last like 90 days, in total assignment fees. So it's like, why wouldn't you do this? And you don't have to do commercial. You could do residential. You could do whatever you wanted, but it's just, I don't know why people, I don't know. So anyways, the reason I'm doing this, to circle back, is because I want to be transparent. One, I want to show people how I'm building my business. Two, number three, I want to teach. I don't want to teach you directly, but I want you to learn from the mistakes or the things that I'm doing every single day throughout this challenge, to be like, hey, I can do what he did, and look at how much money he made, or look at how much, or maybe I don't make any money, and maybe you can look at it and be like, oh my gosh, dude, he totally messed this up here. And then also I can look back. So, so far I've only connected with 5% of my people I've dialed. So that's not very good. If I go for this month, I'm looking at my stats real quick before I dive back in. I'm at like a 7.4% connect rate. So it's a little bit better. However, I'm still sending out that letter of intent today based on that 30-minute conversation I had with a broker. Now, I really don't like working with brokers, but she's kind of like, she's letting me push her around a little bit. So we're just going to go with it. Let's see. This week I've been at let's see. What's my I'm at like a 7% connect rate. Yeah, so I usually am like 7%, but today for some reason it's low. I'm at 5%. Is what it is. All good. Move on. Onward and upward. Okay, we're gonna get back to it. We're still going through my new leads here. So these are the people I have not reached out to yet. I've got a lot of people I have follow-ups to do later today as well. So I might film that as well. We're just kind of rolling with it. We're trying to go with the flow. All right. Hmm. Hold on, I actually might know the owner of this product. Yeah, I'm gonna put that. I think this actually might be one of Derek's parks, so I obviously don't want to call that one because it would make a lot of sense. Let's see. The Mayo, Florida. I did not know there was a Mayo, Florida. Interesting. Just got a text back from a deal that I'm working, so that's why I'm pausing here real quick. They're considering my seller financing offer. This is another deal that I'm doing. It's an RV park in Louisiana. So yeah. Yes, still drinking coffee. I drink about a pot and a half a day. Whoever thinks that's bad for me, whatever. Oh, shit. Let's see.
Sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected.
Dark. Contact. That's a good one. I like that. I just don't know. Oh shit. There's nothing there. Maybe it blew away. No idea. Hmm. I need to push a little harder. I want to get to 100 by oh wait. Oh yeah, that's right. And actually, my connect rate's probably lower because I'm not actually connected with actual owners. It's just people picking up. So I mean, dang, I'm really low today. But again, like I mentioned, we got the one LOI to send out. So you know, we still hit that number that we're looking for, and the day's not over, obviously. You know, so I usually like to try to get 3 or 4 actual touches. I mean, with the owners, but it is what it is. We're gonna send out an offer today. That's good. LOI. And if you don't know what an LOI is, if you're brand new, it's a letter of intent, basically just a proposal for the property.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice.
And I did check my email because I do get notifications from my CRM and dialer through to like notify. So I did miss a few calls, that inbound calls while I was outbound, making some outbound dials. So, I'll have to go through that as well. Here and give those people a call back that tried reaching out here. I checked that on my break. So.
Hello, we are not a.
It is not my morning. Maybe I'm putting bad juju out in the universe by saying that, so I'll try to quit saying that. Dang. Just opened up this guy's portfolio. He owns a lot of real estate. Looks all beat up though, not gonna lie. Yeah, he's on this for a while. Yeah, that'll do it. Thought these guys had a lot of properties. Makes sense. They own $115 billion of assets. They have 115 billion of assets under management. Oh, that's funny. Damn. Someday. That's the goal. We gotta get to 100 billion, and then we gotta, keep it rocking and rolling after that. And again, the reason there's so much pausing in between the calls sometimes is just because I'm trying to pull up satellite images and things like that to make sure there's even a park where I'm, calling or whatever. But
For calling record properties. For a
a lot of ringtones today.
Working at Great Orient Toby's over your source. This is Ashley speaking. How may I help you?
Yeah, hey Ashley, I think I might have the wrong number, but I was actually looking for the owner of the Hidden Lane mobile home park here in Ruskin.
Yep, not
Oh, sorry about that.
okay.
Have a good day. Wrong number, take that out. Yep, call to connect's definitely down. Oh, that's nice. Got a little watering. Somebody's calling me. I have no idea. Hello, Spencer. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, I appreciate you giving me a call back. Um, my group, we own 21 parks here in Florida, and we are actively looking to purchase another park here in the Clearwater Largo market this upcoming year. And so we sent out some letters to property owners or park owners just to see if there's any interest in potentially selling or kind of what their thoughts might be there.
I've got one. But I have a contract. Don't know what's going on.
Okay.
From them.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, maybe they don't have the money or they're trying to get the money. I'm not sure. They say they want it. Not following through. I've been involved in parts for the last 50 years. And I went out and I went out and bought it. And I sold one, went out and sold it. That's dragging on like this is,
Yeah, it's unusual for sure. Okay. And if and I know you just called and I'm walking back over to my desk now. What was the address of your park? So we did send a couple mailers out. I just want to make sure I have the right address with them. Yes, we have our that's where we're centrally located in the Winter Park. But we do have a park. We have a park in St. Pete. We have 5 in Tampa. We have another 5 in Orlando. We have 21 total in Florida. But we really do like the Clearwater area. Um, and I know you mentioned that you are currently might have or have a contract on it, but I guess how much are you looking to sell the park for if that were for some reason not to go through? Okay. They're not progressing along here. Gotcha. Oh, wow. Right, right. Yeah, very good access. Yeah. Yep, sure. Okay. Right, right, right. Yeah, a little bit more comforting. Right. Yeah, so we're from I mean, we're in Clearwater all the time. Just again, we have parks in the Tampa and St. Pete market. So we're very familiar with the area. We're there probably once a week. And so how many pads does your park have? 86. Okay. And then and are they all tenant owned homes then? Is it all mobile or is there some RV in there? Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I understand. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There's always a couple, majority are good. I'd say 90% are good, but there's always a couple. I understand completely. Um, right, exactly. And so for the park owned home units, what are you roughly saying in rents there? Or I guess gross total, what do you roughly collect in rent a month? Or 2012. Okay, it just kind of depends on how long they've been there and all that. Okay, sure. Oh wow, okay, yeah. Yeah, I understood. I understand. Okay. No, I get it. I understand. So, I guess if you were to, if I understand you have a potentially, and you have an offer on the table, and it's under contract. I guess how would you like us to proceed in case something like that doesn't take place? Or I guess what's your current situation and how are you wanting to move forward if we were interested? Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. Right. Right, right. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely interested. I guess I just wasn't sure since there's maybe another contract on the property, how our group could proceed. I don't know if you have plans on, or if they have certain timelines that they need to hit or they still have time to hit. Or if they're past those timelines, you're going to cancel that contract. I'm just saying if we were interested and we wanted to give you an offer or contract, how would we, I guess, how would we want to go about that? Sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, and if it would be good for you, maybe we could meet in person as well and kind of go through some things if we're in the area or in town. That way you know who we are and we can have a conversation in person over a cup of coffee or something and maybe we can try and come up with something to here. We're fair. I mean, obviously we want to make sure our whole goal is for the park is to be safe for the majority. So if there's a few bad eggs, we do our best to try and get them out because we want to make sure the park as a whole is clean and handled correctly. And like I mentioned, we have 21 parks, so our management process is pretty good. We've learned a lot from the very first purchase to this point. And so we yeah, we love our tenants but again, there's always a few bad eggs, like you mentioned, that we have to take care of. But again, it's for the integrity of the park as a whole. So, we're very fair people. We live here locally. And we just really like the park business. So, oh wow. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, hopefully I'm in the same situation, 50 years from now and or I guess 30 years from now, and still owning some parks and that's great. So, but yeah, I mean, what I can do and your first name was Wayne, correct? Right. All right. So Wayne, what I can do is I can call my partner here and maybe we can kind of would you be open to getting together and having a cup of coffee or going through the park and kind of talking a little bit more or is mhm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we would probably be able to move forward on something pretty quickly. Obviously, we want to make sure we do our proper due diligence on it, but otherwise, it would be something we could probably move on rather quickly. Um, oh, sure, I understand. Well, I guess let me ask, what was their closing timeline? I mean, we're usually it takes us about because sometimes we need ordering a survey might take 4 weeks, so sometimes we're between 75 and 90 days, just to because ordering surveys is backed up and a lot of things are backed up right now. Yeah. Oh, good. Okay, good. Okay. 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 All right. Yeah, that sounds good. 727. Okay. All righty. That sounds good, Wayne. I appreciate you giving me a call here and feel free and give me a call back here in a couple days and we'll go from there. Absolutely. Yeah, and like I mentioned, I mean, we could be there tomorrow if we needed to be. That's how local we are. So we don't have to fly in or do anything crazy. It's just a drive down the road for us. So, no, so we're in Winter Park. Yes, over by Orlando. However, we have an office in Tampa. We do, and then we have a park. We actually have a park in St. Pete. So we're actively looking. We're very active in Pinellas County, but we're actively looking to buy one here in Clearwater. So we own all of the Tampa Sun Estates. So we have five um parks there, and then the Pelican Sun Estates as well. So it's the Pelican Sun Estates. No, no, it's we renamed it after we purchased it to the Pelican Sun Estates. Oh shit, I'd have to ask my partner on that. I'm sorry. I handle a lot of the phone. Pull it up here. Sorry, we've got 21. So I've recently been added to the team here. I've got it right here. Give me 1 second. Oh, oh yeah, absolutely. Have you done a lot of work in Tampa or? Oh, okay. Okay. Here, I can pull it up here. Give me 1 sec. We usually buy it depends, but usually older, a little bit older, and if the first few parks that we bought, we had to put a lot of, money into and value add into. Now we're kind of shifting our strategy a little bit, excuse me, just because we want to it just took a lot of work. But so the one we bought in St. Petersburg was on 58th Avenue North, if you're familiar. Yeah, so it was originally Casa de Sol. Yes, sir. Yep. So we purchased that park. Let's see, when did we buy that? Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, we really like the same. Yeah, we really like the St. Pete market. But yeah, we bought it in 2021. It is. So, but yeah, yes, it was. I believe it was 46. Excuse me. So, yeah, absolutely. No, yeah. So that's small world, but yeah, that kind of gives you an idea of where we're at. But we have, like I mentioned, I think we have five in Tampa as well, all on Nebraska Avenue. So we're around that 650 mark for lot rent, but it again it's taken some time to um it's taken some time to get to that point. So, you know, yeah, that's kind of around that 6 to 700 is kind of where they're kind of sitting, but that's kind of depends on the market too. And then obviously if there's a prospectus in town that says, hey, you can, here or there, but um what we can raise it to and what have you. So, but that's kind of where we're currently at. But yeah, we have 21 parks here in the state of Florida, and they're real addresses. We're local, so if yeah, absolutely, we'd love to add yours to ours here, and if there's an opportunity, please give me a call here by the end of the week if there's an opportunity here, and we can touch base as well. And then maybe if there is something we can do, we can maybe get together and talk a little bit more in person. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. You too, Wayne. I appreciate your time. Bye-bye. All right. Well, that was a good call. Okay. Let's see. And that's probably where I'm going to end it. It's 11 o'clock. Let's see how many dials I've made today. Again, I made some for my phone, but not many, probably maybe 10 for my phone. I made 70 calls from the system, and I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I made 79 calls this morning. Have one letter of intent we're sending out this afternoon, and then just got off the phone with this gentleman. Really good deal, and big deal, expensive deal that we might, we would personally want to purchase. So I got to give my business partner a call here, talk about that opportunity. But the phone call I just had, see if it's something we want to do. And yeah, thank you for watching. This is day 1 of the challenge. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.